Good afternoon, everybody. Charlie here with Red Summit RF. Well, here we are in California at the Humbert trailhead, which is just the beginning part of the Devil's Slide Trail. We're going to hike to the top of the San Jacinto Mountains to a place called Tahquitz, what is it?
Tahquitz.
Okay, Tahquitz Meadow. And from there, the next day we'll camp, and the next day we're going to go up and hit Tahquitz Peak and do a Summits on the Air activation. Now, we checked on the pronunciation of the word Tahquitz, and we did that by, well, what do we do, Sandy?
Bonnie at the Red Kettle Cafe, who has been a local for 50 years, she told us how to pronounce it, Tahquitz. She said rock climbers call it Tahquitz, and the indigenous people called it Tahquitz. So.
But locals, which, you know, we side with because they're awesome, call it Tahquitz. So yep. There you have it. So you know what? We have got some new gear we'll talk to you a little bit about coming up on this trip. And also we'll talk to you a little bit about how to combine Summits on the Air with backpacking as we go along. I don't really have a whole lot of script or anything planned out, but you know, every activation and every backpacking trip we go on, you know, just the theme kind of presents itself, and so we'll see how it goes and what we end up talking about. But for sure, we want to talk about some gear, and we want to talk about the combo with the backpacking and SOTA. And so we'll talk to you again, and we'll get some good footage and see you up on top.
We are flatland desert dwellers, and this altitude is really kicking our butt.
It's a little warm too today. Okay guys, so we're on the trail here. One of the first things that we did to land here in this beautiful country was set some goals. We knew we wanted to do a backpacking trip somewhere, but we wanted to combine it with Summits on the Air, but we just needed to kind of set some goals in order for us to kind of choose where we were going. So of course, one of my goals was always to hit a Summits on the Air peak. I think Sandy can speak for herself, but another one of my goals was to have a relaxing trip, so we don't want to kill ourselves. So those were two things. What about you, Sandy?
I'm just here. You know, my job is just to show up and be a good sport, so that's what I'm doing. I'm killing it. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I was excited about taking a road trip. We haven't taken a road trip since before the pandemic, so getting out of state, even though it wasn't that far of a drive, 5-6 hours, nice time to have a road trip. And I always look for opportunities to improve my radio skills because I'm fairly new, so this should be good.
So I knew we knew we wanted to come here in California, Southern California, somewhere to do a backpacking trip. So I reached out to, after we figured out our goals and that we wanted to do something, you know, in the 10 to 15 to 20 mile-ish 3-day backpacking trip with a Summit, I reached out to Adam, K6ARK, and he suggested this and a few others. We landed on this one. We shortened the trip just a little bit because of some closures and some other factors, and so I think this is gonna be a good one. We're gonna camp at Tahquitz Meadow and spend 2 nights up there and then just kind of explore around, and that should meet our goals. It's a warm day today.
Huh?
It's a warm day today.
Driving that much first?
Yeah, we drove 5 hours, then we had a big lunch at the Red Kettle. Yeah. Packing around a little extra weight that way, huh?
It's like 6 hours by the time we got there.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, we are at Saddle Junction, and this trail right here goes to Tahquitz Peak. This is the one we're taking right here.
Tahquitz Valley.
Yep, Tahquitz Valley. So there's people coming up that trail. Well, we just went to our campsite. First of all, couldn't really find it. Second of all, the river's all dried up. Dropped our packs, walked half a mile maybe upstream, no water. So this is a concern since we only brought enough water to last us one day. We're conserving it, so we may end up having to turn around and go back out and maybe try again tomorrow or just go home, I don't know. So we're heading this way up the trail, continuing up the trail to see if we can get, there's another water source up here that's on the map, so we'll check that one out and see if there's water there. If not, I guess we'll see. Well, after checking 2 sources of water, no luck, but hey, look what we got here. Grathwell or Grathwell or whatever it's called. We have some running water. Music to my ears. I was already making plans on how I'm going to get back down to the truck tonight, or what exactly we're going to do, but what a relief that is. So we're going to rest here a minute, drink a bunch of water, and then water back up and find a camp spot. Okay, we're going to wrap up day 1. It's getting dark. I don't know what time it is. What is it, Sandy?
6:10.
All right, 6 o'clock. We've got to set up camp still, but we did find water, so we're very relieved about that. We will check in tomorrow morning and start the day and give you some more information. But about today, that trail, the Devil's Slide, it was pretty tough. Kind of hot too. Good breeze going, but we got up and down where we were supposed to camp was dry, so we came up further. We're going to camp up here by this spring.
And this is where the being a good sport comes in.
There you go. Yep, the good old mountain house, huh? Yep. Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody. We're on the trail, heading up to the top of Tahquitz Mountain to do some SOTA. I'm out of breath because I have the pack plus some extra water and all the gear. So, right, Sandy?
Yep, and I offered to carry some, and he said, no, it's fine. So
I'm being the martyr. We are leaving the Pacific Crest Trail now and heading up to the Tahquitz Peak Lookout, which is, I think this road is, not road, the trail is just called the Tahquitz Trail. So anyway, this is the way, from here is the way most people take it to the top.
Charlie Bravo, you are 5'9".
You are 5'9" here in Rancho Cucamonga.
This is W7NRS. Stand by for NJ7V.
Kilo 6 Quebec, Charlie Bravo. This is NJ7V. You are 5'9".
You're 5'9" here in Rancho Cucamonga. Can you give me that first call sign again?
Yeah, that was W7NRS, Whiskey 7 November Sierra Romeo.
Okay, I got it. All right, thank you very much. Got you both in the log.
Thank you. 73. Summit to summit. Go ahead. Maybe we need to go QSY. We got some QRM. We got QRM. Let's go ahead and switch frequency. Let's switch frequency.
This is Whiskey 5 Echo Alpha Lima. Did I call it here a summit to summit?
Yeah, November Juliet 7 Victor on Tahquitz, going summit to summit with N1CLC. He's taking care of his squelch. Then we'll get to you. N1CLC 5'9" again, and give me your summit, please. Why don't we, while he's fixing that, why don't we go with you again? Summit to summit, other station. Nobody, huh?
November Golf 6 Romeo in the meantime.
November
Golf 6 Romeo.
Well, I've got 6 meters up here. NJ7B and 1CLC. I'm on the off-center set, but it tunes up. JLQ there. And I'm on 50.125, but I got the scope on, so hope that maybe the contesters are up still pumping and whoever they are testing antennas and that. I'll see them on the scope. I'd really like to work. I haven't worked
My gosh.
on 6 meters on sideband for a long time.
Hold on. I hear you, Alpha Lima. Just a second. And November Juliet 6 Romeo. Are you there?
It's November Golf 6 Romeo. You're 5'9", over.
Okay, got you there. 5'9" as well. Here's a N7NRS. W7NRS, I should say.
W7NRS 5'9", NJ7V 5'9".
This is W7NRS. You're 5'9".
Okay, now.
Thank you, 73 NG6R.
Thank you. Okay, now the W5 station.
Gary, go to 5'5". 5'5". Please, summit to summit.
Okay, summit to summit. QRM, one more time, please.
November 1, Charlie Lima, Charlie. November 1, Charlie Lima.
He's up here.
Operate up as a bunker here, but I'm gonna just open the door. And November 1, Charlie Lima, Charlie. There, man.
Yeah, there. Yeah, N1CLC, N1CLC. You're 5'9", 5'9". Could you give me your summit? QRM, stand by a minute until they clear the channel, the frequency. Sierra Charlie 214. Sierra Charlie 214.
Manny, stand by. NJ7V is calling.
You don't have to do anything.
Here, let's just go to November Juliet 7 Victor QSY to 146540 540. November Juliet 7 Victor QSY 146540.
Yeah, unless you connect it to its battery and mount it. November Juliet 7 Victor N1CLC.
There we go, N1CLC. You're a 5'9", and I did copy Sierra Charlie 214. Over.
Fuel cell down here in San Diego. Got you 5'9", Charlie.
Okay, 5'9" both ways. Here's W7NRS.
W7 November what?
This is Whiskey 7 November Romeo Sierra. You are 5'9", N1CLC.
5'9", thanks a lot for the contact.
73.
CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA. This is NJ7V, November Juliet 7 Victor, NJ7V calling CQ for summits on the air.
November Alpha 6 Mike Golf.
November Alpha 6 Mike Golf. November Alpha 6 Mike Golf. November Alpha 6 Mike Golf 5'9". Also, there's another station in there. Stand by. November Alpha 6 Mike Golf 5'9".
5'9".
NA6MG, this is W7NRS.
W7NRS, you're 5'9", NA6MG.
5-9 as well, 73.
7-3.
Okay, other station go now.
Yeah, NJ7V, this is Kilo 6 Lima, Delta, Quebec.
Kilo 6 Lima Delta Quebec. Kilo 6 Lima Delta Quebec. Hey, a familiar call sign. Never really talked to you in person, but sure have worked you a lot on the HF bands. You're 5'9" here.
Yeah, always good hearing you. Nice to hear a voice once in a while. Yeah, this is John and Torrance. You're 5'9", great signal over here. Bands are a little crowded.
Yeah, they are. Thank you. Here's Sandra.
K6LDQ, this is W7NRS. You're 5'9".
W7NRS, good hearing you, and thank you very much, and good morning. You're 5'9", Torrance.
73.
7-3, thanks again.
CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA. NJ7V on Tahquitz Peak. NJ7V. CQ, CQ, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, NJ7V, November Juliet 7 Victor, calling CQ.
Kilo.
WB6 ICC.
WB6 ICC.
Yes. WB6 ICC, we copy 5'9". There's also a kilo station in there. Standby, please. WB6 ICC 5'9". Thank you very much. Here's W7NRS.
I can't hear him, 5'9". WB6 ICC, this is W7NRS. QSL, 73.
Okay, kilo station, come now.
Kilo November 6 Delta Mike Oscar.
Kilo November 6 Delta Mike Oscar. Kilo November 6 Delta Mike Oscar, you are 5'9" here on Tahquitz Peak.
Roger that, you're also 5'9" here in Rosemead.
Okay, thank you for that. Here's W7NRS.
KN6DMO, this is W7NRS.
W7NRS 5'9" in Rosemead.
QSL 5'9", 73.
7-3.
Whiskey Alpha 9er, Sierra Tango India.
Whiskey 5 Echo Alpha Lima, Summit to Summit.
Summit to Summit station, come again.
Whiskey 5 Echo Alpha Lima, W5 EAL.
7 November Romeo Sierra calling CQ SOTA from Tahquitz Peak, W6 CT007. CQ SOTA, this is Whiskey 7 November Romeo Sierra calling CQ SOTA from Tahquitz Peak, W6 CT007.
Okay, well, we had a very successful activation. It was a fun peak. It's getting kind of warm up here and there's not a lot of shade, so we're gonna head back down now. But how'd it go for you, Sandy?
I got quite a few contacts on 2 meters and a good number on 20 meters, a little bit less, and then only one on 40 meters. Conditions must have been not that great, so. But I was overall good. It was good.
Yeah, cool. And so when we were on, we started out on 2 meters FM. I started out, we both started, we did it together, so I would work one and then she would, and then we'd go on to the next station. Well, we started on 146.520 and immediately we got some QRM, somebody pretending they were a chicken. So right away we didn't want to mess with that. So we had already spotted there, but we just respotted and moved to 146, what is it, 146.580. And we were there for a few minutes, and it turns out there were a few people getting ready for the VHF contest that couldn't hear us and were kind of talking over the top of us as we were doing some exchanges. So we just decided to move to yet another station or frequency, and spotted ourselves there and did a few. And then it turns out there was just below where we had done our frequency, there was a pile up of some sort, another SOTA group or somebody. So we were interfering with them and they were interfering with us. So a fourth time we moved and went over to 144.410, the old standby from the Phoenix area, and we finished out. Then on HF, yeah, I don't think the conditions were that great. Maybe it was just a lot of people on the air and really busy. But I got what, 4 or 5 on 60 meters, and then just a handful on 20 CW. So, but still, we activated it. We had a good time up here, so we're gonna call it good.
I had 6 peak-to-peak contacts, which was a lot for me. So
yeah, and those were all 2 meters, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
Well, one of them I did work on 40. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so
the same
40.
one. The same one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys. Also, Sandy and I have spent most of the day just laying here in our hammocks, doing nothing, which is awesome. It's the way it should be. Enjoying it like Sandy and I have been, with the summits on the air and the laying in the hammocks and the hiking, and the whole experience out here has been great. So we'll check in back with you in the morning. For day 3, it's just going to be up, eat breakfast, pack up, and then head out and get back home. So we'll catch you in a bit. Good morning, this is Charlie. Day 3 of our backpacking trip with our SOTA excursion. Today we are backpacking out, and before we pack up everything, I thought I'd just real quickly go over all the gear that we used so that you can see. Maybe it might help some of you who are going to be going on a similar trip, a 3-day trip up into the Sierra Nevadas, for example. So let me start with that, and I'll just go through each of the pieces of gear real quickly, and then we'll pack up and get out of here. So the first piece of gear is my backpack. It's an Osprey Ether 55 right here, and I really love it. It's great because it fits me and it has all the accessories that I was looking for. If you are interested in learning more how to choose a pack for yourself, there's a video I made right up here you can check out. And so we've got the backpack, and then also we have the trekking poles. I've used these for, I don't know, these are 40 bucks, so I've used them for quite a while. All right, so for our shelter, we have this REI Quarter Dome 2. We replaced our Celtic Gunnison with this, and with that we were able to bring the weight down from over 6 pounds to around 2 pounds for our tent. And we seem to like this, although it has just a little bit less space than the Celtic Gunnison. I think it'll work out for us. Now I'll cover my sleep system really quick. If you look in the tent here, you can see my sleep system's right here. And I'll pull these out and show you what they are. Okay, so first item is my pillow, Trekology pillow. I use this instead of what I used to do, which was stuff all of my clothes and other items into a stuff sack, and this is a little more comfortable, so I would recommend it. And then you can see right here, I have a sleeping bag liner We use them if the temperatures are mild instead of the sleeping bag, so we have an option. And then also, if you're in them, they protect the sleeping bag from your body oils as well. Right here is my mummy bag. I've had this probably for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. It's a 25 degree bag and down, and pretty light and compactable. You can get stuff cheaper. It's not cheaper. You can get stuff lighter and more compact, but not by much. So I'm going to keep this until it wears out. And then for my last layer, it's the Q-Core sleeping pad. There's all kinds out there. I don't really like the old style. What are they called? Yeah, the Thermarest. I don't like those anymore. This is an air blow-up mattress, and very good and comfortable sleep with these. Okay, you've probably seen before our hammocks. They're Wise Owls, the brand name. We bring these along on some of our trips, and some we don't. Just depends on what we have going on. The other of two items that I bring that are comfort items, besides the hammocks, is my padded seat, which I'll show you right here. My kitchen is pretty light and compact. I have an MSR pocket rocket, which I attach to the butane fuel. Then I use this pan right here to boil water. And then here's my utensils. I use this lighter here to light the stove. Make sure you have a measuring cup, especially if you're using the freeze-dried foods. And I have this bandana to kind of wipe out the food, and also I use it as a hot pad. For food, we mostly use the freeze-dried stuff. And make sure you have a Ziploc bag to put your trash in. Don't forget that. And mostly what we do is breakfast and dinner with the freeze-dried food, and then the lunches we use things like these Bobo coconut bars and these Rip Van Winkle things. You can get they're called Stingers at REI, and we put all the food into our sack to keep it away, unless we have to use a bare canister, which I hate bare canisters, but sometimes it's required to use them. For water and water filtration, we use the Kenadine Bee-Free to filter the water. We've also used the Sawyer Mini. The Bee-Free is our favorite. There's also the Aquamira droplets that we're going to try, but we didn't, so we'll let you know on that. I just prefer taking one of these Gatorade bottles and filling it with water. That's way it's free. Sometimes I'll even just buy a Gatorade bottle with the Gatorade in it, take it up, drink the Gatorade, and then refill it with the water. We also have these platypus water containers as well. So this is pretty much what we use for our water and water filtration system. So right there's all the stuff that I've talked about so far, packed and ready for the backpack. The tent, the whole sleeping system, and water filtration system, all that. A few more things I'd say that I wanted to mention. I only take and bring one extra shirt and some underclothing, and then a couple extra pair of socks, and I usually bring a light pair of gloves and a buff. Here is my headlamp, some sunscreen, there's a space blanket and a rope in here, and a knife, car keys, and some poop tickets, and sunblock. I use the Garmin 66i for the navigation, as well as an extra compass. The maps and the permits are in there, so that'll do it. That's a whirlwind. So now I'll go ahead. Last thing I'll do is I'll talk about the radios, and then we'll pack everything up. But I know Sandy has a PSA she wanted to talk about, so here you go.
When backpacking, it's good to be concerned about weight, but this is 1 ounce, just 1 ounce. So I would say if you're going to be sleeping with somebody specifically, be considerate. I always bring this along. Charlie refuses. He doesn't want the extra 1 ounce, but I'd say it's worth it.
So she doesn't like the Jim Bridger cologne that I wear. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and go to the radios, and then we'll get out of here. So when you're doing a SOTA expedition or a SOTA excursion on a backpacking trip, then of course you're going to have to take more weight than you normally would on a backpacking trip. And so you want to go as light as possible. In this case, we wanted to have sideband as well as a Morse code, and we also wanted to have 2 meters. So we brought a little bit more gear, and that's the trade-off. You know, you gotta, again, as I mentioned before at the beginning of this video, you've got to see what your goals are, assess those goals, and then meet them the best you can. So this is what we brought today. We have the Yeasu FT-817n, and that was for sideband and CW. We have this nice little 1 amp hour LifePo battery that It's a Denko, so we appreciate Dennis, 8060M, for providing this for me. It does 1 or 2 activations depending on how long you're up. Here's our log. Here's our 20, 30, 40, 60 meter linked dipole. And this is the FT-60R. And then inside this bag is like my key and a bunch of auxiliary things, the mic and some tie downs, just extra stuff that we need to make all this go. And then lastly is my fishing pole antenna mast with the 2 meter Slim Jim. So that's the gear. It adds quite a bit of bulk and weight to the pack. I think before I put it in the radio, I was probably running right around, I'm going to say, I don't know, 25 pounds or so, maybe 27. It added at least 5 pounds to the pack, plus a good maybe portion of the pack. So that, I mean, that's the trade-offs that you have. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. I am very grateful for all the subscribers. I hope this has helped some of you guys if you're planning a backpacking trip in which SOTA will be involved, or even if you're just going on a backpacking trip. So with that, I'll say 73 to everybody. Thank you for joining us, and I'll catch you on the next video.